Dairy farming is a vast enterprise in Kenya, with most farmers venturing in it from indigenous knowledge. But with time, others are venturing into the business professionally due to the large market and demand for milk and milk-related products. This week, we venture into dairy farming with emphasis on the dairy cow. Our aim to give you the right information to maintain the hygiene and nutritional level of your livestock and maximize your returns in milk production. This and much more on Seeds of Gold. Let's meet the experts.
Yes, my name is Professor Charles Muleke Nyagwa.
Yes.
I'm a lecturer at Egerton University.
Yes.
And above all, I'm a vet surgeon.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm Martin Githinji.
Welcome, Njoro.
And
Yes, my name is Dr. Pamela Smegwe.
Okay.
I'm a senior lecturer in the Department of Animal Science, Egerton University.
okay.
Yes.
Sawa sawa. Asanteni sana pia kwa kutuleta hapa kwa hii shamba.
Thank you.
Let us meet the farmer. Sawa sawa.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
How are you?
Quite fine.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Yes, my name is Martin.
Okay.
With Seeds of Gold TV.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Professor Muleke, of course, from Egerton University,
Yeah.
and Dr. Migu from Egerton University.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm Paul Karuri,
Yes.
a farmer in Joro.
Okay.
Yes.
Sawa sawa.
Welcome.
Bwana Karuri, tutaingia na wewe,
Yeah.
at least with Dr. Migu,
Yeah.
and then eventually we're going to interact with Professor Muleke later.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome.
Sawa sawa, asante. Bwana Karuri,
Yes.
first of all, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a farmer,
Uh-huh.
and I also teach at the university.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But in a department which is different from farming.
Okay.
I'm in the Faculty of Science,
Uh-huh.
Department of Mathematics. Yes.
Now you're the best person. You know,
Yes.
Seeds of Gold
Yeah.
might be about farming, yes, but it's also about the math.
Yes.
Math is very
It's
important.
important.
Yes.
And we do farming. Initially, I was doing it as a casual job,
Uh-huh.
but now of late,
Mhm.
I've seen it's a good business venture.
So when did you start farming?
Farming I started about 15 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which farming venture did you start with when you started?
I started with maize.
Okay.
Maize farming.
Uh-huh.
I went to wheat.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, I saw I was wasting out of food
Mhm.
after I harvest maize and after I harvest wheat.
Mhm.
So I decided to go to dairy farming.
Okay. Did you still continue with the wheat and maize, or you just cut off after you started dairy?
No, I continued. In fact, in a bigger way,
Mhm.
so that as the cows grew more,
Mhm.
I also did more farming so that I have more food
True.
for the same cows.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So right now you're still having the wheat and the maize.
Yes.
Okay.
Because maize, the only thing is that now currently maize I'm using more to make silage for the animals.
Uh-huh.
And I'm also doing a bit of wheat
Mm.
so that I can get wheat straws and also
Yes.
a bit of cash flow.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, which is quite important.
Which is okay, yeah.
All right. Okay. So primarily now your main enterprise then
Is dairy farming.
Dairy farming.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So and you've come here because this is mainly where it begins.
Yes. Actually now wheat and maize is just a supporting enterprise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Aya. So hapa ni wapi?
This is after I get small calves, 0 days old, they normally come here.
Okay.
Currently I have none. They come here, you give them milk for about 3 months, and then you wean them.
After 3 months is when you move them from here.
Yeah.
So, Daktari, is there any effect in removing the calf from the mother where it is, alafu inakuja inanyonyeshewa hapa?
Yeah. Ordinarily, the calves, once they are born, they should be brought in the calf rearing pen where Mr. Karuri has brought. Within 1 week, they receive colostrum. Colostrum is very, very important
Yes.
to the well-being of the calf. It has got nutrients, it imparts immunity to the calf, digestible, and gives the calf a very, very good start. So they stay here for about 3 weeks, as he said. They get 3 months, they get colostrum, and then they continue now receiving whole milk. Not suckling directly from the mom, but she does the bucket feeding, which is very, very, very important.
Okay.
To ensure that the cows left there, zinaendelea kutoa maziwa bila shida. Yes,
So-
and Mr. Karoli is doing the right job.
So after giving birth, you don't milk the cow.
You milk colostrum and give it to the calf directly.
So the calf does not suckle the mom
No. To avoid the strong bond
between mother and child.
and the child, so that later when you separate the two, you have no problems. So you bring the calf here, milk colostrum, and give it, allow the calf to be able to drink it from here. The mom will continue where it is, and even if the calf dies, you will not have any problem of the cow continue to give milk.
I see. And now this colostrum, it is specifically for the calf.
Yeah, it's specifically for the calf.
Hiyo hatuwezi kunywa sisi.
Kuna watu wanakunywaga lakini farmer later maybe after 3 or 4 days, but ideally it should be for the calf.
Hiyo ni
You
muhimu
can
sana.
give it directly, you can give it to all the calves instead of giving the whole milk. You save. Some farmers even ferment it and use it later for the calf, and that one helps the preservation. Yes.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So hapa inakaa for 3 months. Yes. That is what it keeps having, just the
milk.
the
whole
milk,
milk.
the milk from
colostrum first week.
first week colostrum.
Yeah. After from first week onwards, for those 3 months, whole milk.
Whole milk.
Before the
Okay.
calf is weaned. And
Okay.
then taken to the
Aya,
next
so
stage.
tunatoka hapa ndio tunaenda hapo hivyo next stage.
Yes.
One of the biggest risks to newborn calves is manure. Therefore, get them to a clean environment. A separate hatch contributes to healthy growth hygienically and general survival.
So this is where they come from 3 months.
Yes.
Now, what happens here?
This one is a winning pen. After here, they stay here until they adapt to the food for the adult cow. They come here because after the milking, occasionally they go down a little bit. But now from here, you give them food until they peak. And they now forget about milk and they start feeding like an adult animal.
So do you cut off the milk immediately after you bring them here when you're weaning them?
Yeah, weaning of the calves will be done gradually within a period of about 1 week, so that you do not disrupt the feeding pattern of the calf. You do it within 1 week and allow the calf now to stop drinking whole milk as the main diet to the starter diet that the calf is now starting to feed on the solid feed to prepare the development of the stomach, the rumen of the calf, so that it can be able to handle solid food later.
All right. So, weaning stage, how long does it stay here?
This weaning stage, it depends on how the calf picks itself. There are some that once you leave the milk, they grow slowly, and the others will just adapt very fast. But now, so from here, we normally separate them and wait until one has matured enough now to be steamed up for serving. And once it is now mature for serving, then it goes in another pen and leaves the ones that are growing here. Because these ones here, so occasionally you can give them, you can still continue giving them a bit of concentrates until it peaks to become an adult cow and not rely now to rely on natural food.
Many farmers regularly and successfully wean calves at 4 to 6 weeks of age. Weaning at this stage is cost effective because it gets calves started on dry feed sooner, saving money on labor and feed costs.
So what are you feeding the calf during the weaning stage?
They are supposed to be given purely dry matter, so that to remove the rumen. You had like I said, you need to remove the rumen, so that they are able to eat much as an adult cow.
Yes.
So you give it very dry matter. This one is grass and some straws.
Okay.
But then you have to add concentrates. If you give this one alone, even the cow can eat a lot, but it should die of malnutrition because there are no concentrates.
Okay.
So you need to give the dry material and then you give concentrates.
Now-
Also in dry powder.
Okay. So what are these concentrates, Daktari?
Concentrate is a daily meal, but mainly in the form of a powder form. You mix it with the ravage like this one the farmer is using, so that the animals can be able to get both the ravage and also the high energy component.
With the target of getting the heifer ready for serving at 18 months, the calf is fed up to 1% of its body weight of concentrates daily, plus salts and minerals to help the bones develop. Most farmers go wrong by not feeding the heifer properly, and it can sometimes take up to 3 years before it gives birth.
Now, after here, next, we
Yeah.
come to this stage. So, at what stage are they?
This stage, from there, it's about 3 months. From here, we still about up to 1 year. Here it is now 1 year old. Here, you can see now they have improved the texture.
Yes. Compared
If you
to
compare this one to
those
those ones,
yeah.
these ones are now very good. These ones now, they are being now treated now for serving. These ones now here, after some time, they should now be served. And the ones that it is served, then after 4 months, it is now an adult cow. And it can now join the mothers.
Here, are they eating different from what the others are eating?
Yeah, by far. This one is not being milked. So they only still eating everything dry. But when they go there,
So the idea of feeding them dry is because you're not waiting for any milk from them
yeah,
at
and
this
to
stage.
improve the lumen.
Oh yes, yes. Ndio pia wakati imeanza kukula na hao wengine
Yes.
inaweza kula.
Inaweza
vizuri.
kula enough food.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So from here,
Yeah.
so this is where they are serviced.
Served.
They are served.
Yes.
Okay.
They are served and they stay here until you confirm that they have conceived and they stay for 4 months. So they are supposed to be 4 months in calf when they are still here.
4 months in
In
calf.
calf. Once you confirm and there's only remaining 5 months to calf down, then you take now them
Okay.
to the adult pen.
Okay. So Daktari, how do you confirm that the cow is in calf?
This is done through what we call pregnancy diagnosis. You need a qualified veterinary doctor who will be able to come and be able to confirm that your heifer is actually pregnant. And once he does that, he will give a certificate. If that heifer is going to be sold for somebody else, you'll be told it is 4 months pregnant, 5 months pregnant, and it becomes what we call an in-calf heifer. And these are highly sought in the country. In the country, getting a good in-calf heifer, which is pregnant for 4 months, 5 months, you are talking of varying from 100,000 to about 200, some farms even above.
It's most prudent to call a vet to certify that your heifer is in calf. Other signs that show your heifer is in calf are the udder develops and it consumes more food.
Next stop, we go and meet the other mothers, the stage where they eventually end up in after they have been serviced. Cupid seeds of gold.
The secret to getting maximum milk production from your cow is feeding it well from when it's born. So, how do you move from getting the average 15 liters of milk from your cow to 50 liters? Coming up after the break. Create a habit of calling in your vet at every stage of your livestock development. This will save you money and prevent any rising issues in good time.
Before we get to see the mothers, we need to deal with the health aspects as far as this stage is concerned. So to talk to us about that is Professor Muleke. Professor, we've been taken through this journey of the calf from 0 days to 18 months.
Yeah.
And of course, si ati ni sherehe, the whole process.
Yes.
There are challenges that comes in terms of health when it comes to hygiene or feeds or some other factors. So can you take us through, especially, let's start from when they're very young.
Njao ikizaliwa from day one up to where we are around 18 months. There are many challenges a farmer goes through. From day one, when the calf is born, it is given colostrum.
Yes.
That gives us a resistance and immunity to common diseases.
Yes.
And that helps us to face the challenges of life. However, immediately a calf is born, a farmer is advised to keep records. Record of the date of birth, record of how the calf is looking like, how active it is, and feed it well, house it well. to prevent common diseases in that area. The navel area should be disinfected
Yeah.
with some Lugol's iodine to prevent navel ill or disease that goes through the navel area. Feed the animal clean water, clean milk that is warm, lukewarm, and keep it in a nice, clean environment. If you do so, the calf will be happy, will stay on well, healthy, until the next stage where we are.
Records, records, records. This is what you have to keep because the welfare of your livestock depends on it. This time we are lucky to have a vet surgeon who will take us through the process of how the vet should check pregnancy.
Check if your animal is pregnant. You call in a vet like me to the farm, restrain the animal in a crash like that. Make sure it is safe, well handled there. Get water and a piece of soap like this. You moisten your hands. Pour for me some water, please. Okay, I can do it myself. The reason for doing this is to ensure that you don't hurt the animal.
Yes.
You don't hurt the animal. You don't hurt the animal at all. So you're putting water, lubricating your hand like this. And if the animal is restrained in a crash, you are going in per rectum, remember. Let's move. Per rectum. So you go in. You see the way I'm holding and folding my hands?
Yeah.
You go in per rectum. Okay?
Okay.
What am I doing? I'm going through per rectum, but feeling the reproductive tract. My landmark inside there is the cervix.
Okay.
After the cervix, I go to the uterine horns. So what I'm checking is whether this animal is pregnant or not. I'm able to feel the reproductive tract. I'm able to feel the uterine horns, where the fetus sits. I'm able to tell the farmer where this animal is pregnant, 1 month old, 2 months old and above. And I'm going in further, and now I can feel the uterus. The uterus is empty, which means there is no calf. Supposing there was a calf, I would feel things called cotyledons. Cotyledons are the tissues that help the calf get the nutrition from the mother. 2, I would feel the phlemitas. The phlemitas is the uterine horn, pumping very hard, which is not there. We call it a phlemitas. I would feel so many things. I didn't feel the fetal parts as I go in there. This animal is not pregnant, as I can confirm.
Okay.
It's an open animal.
Okay.
Yes. I can confirm that very easily.
Okay.
And it is safe, you can see. I've not injured the animal at all. Okay? The animal is safe.
The vet also checks on the general well-being of the animal. This includes health and physiological animal functions, that is respiratory rate, heart rate, and temperature.
When I come on the farm like this, I also check for health. I have looked for many parameters. It is an animal is feeding. It is happily chewing the feed. That means the appetite is good. The animal is standing upright. The posture looks nice. The animal is able to, you can even see the rumen, able to move well. But there are certain things you can see on this animal which are not good.
Okay.
Look at the haircut.
Yes.
Very rough.
Yeah.
Peeling, falling off.
Yeah.
That is a good indicator that the animal is not well maintained.
Yes.
These are signs of either worms, helminths will cause this. This could be signs of ectoparasites. Hair falling off is like this. Now, if you examine this animal further close, you even see lesions here.
At the feet.
This hyperemia could be a sign of virus infection. Okay? You can see this. Okay?
It's on every actually.
Actually,
every
on
foot.
all the 4 feet. And I could advise this farmer, please deworm this animal, feed it well, make sure that the nutrition is balanced. Okay? And let us examine further what is causing this reddening. Hyperemia is reddening on all the 4 limbs.
Good quality milk is essential for production of good quality dairy products, taste and flavor, free from pathogens and long-keeping quality. Next, we tackle milk handling once the animal has calved.
Dr. Mugui, so far we've talked about the cow and the hygienic conditions under which you're supposed to keep it for you to get maximum, returns in milk. What are the conditions under which you're supposed to milk? And what are some of the things that you need to emphasize on?
It's very, very important for a farmer to harvest the cow, or get the milk from the cow in a clean way, store it well, and transport it to the consumer in good condition. The quality of the milk, the cleanness of the milk is determined by a different number of factors within. The first one is the cow itself. The cow must have a clean udder. The cow must be in good condition. That way you can be able to get the good milk. You must also ensure that the cow is free from diseases like mastitis, diseases that can be able to affect the quality of the milk. So very, very, very crucial.
Okay.
Then the milking environment. You must be milking your cow in a clean environment. We have seen what the Bwana Karori is milking there. Milking para is relatively clean. And so that environment is very, very, very important. Milking normally picks a lot of bad flavor from the environment.
Yes.
And so if the environment is dirty, you are not likely to get a very clean milk. We should also ensure that the transportation of the milk, you store the milk in a cool environment, handle it well, and ensure that you keep it at 4 to 10 degrees centigrade if you are not going to sell the milk immediately. And lastly, ensure that you transport the milk to the buyer or to the processor in good containers. Stainless buckets, stainless steel cans are the best.
Yes.
Using of plastic containers is not recommended. Farmers have been doing that.
Yes.
It exposes the milk to contamination, and that milk may even be rejected at the point where the milk is going to be received by the processor.
Okay.
Farmers who adulterate milk by adding water risk losing customers or the trust of the processor.
And we're still following the development of the calf from 0 to 18 months, where it has been served and then brought to this area, where we have some that have been served, waiting to deliver, and some that have already delivered before and are being milked. What are you feeding them here?
This one here, basically, this is at the stage where they eat very good food. In fact, the main food is now silage, maize silage.
Okay.
Yes.
And you buy silage from around, or where do you get your silage?
I grow my maize
Oh.
and I make the silage.
Oh yes, you did have the maize which you use for making silage yourself.
Yes.
Aha.
Yeah.
All right.
You can conserve green forage at the time of surplus. This can be used during the dry season when there is serious shortage of making your own silage.
This is dry food, which has been watered, so basically to soak it, to make it palatable. Then from there we add silage, and now we add the concentrates.
Okay.
Mix very well, and then put to the cow.
Okay. So Bwana Karori,
Yes.
other than the silage that you make yourself, do you buy the other feeds?
Yeah, for concentrates, currently I'm only buying wheat bran. All the other concentrates, I'm growing them myself.
Unatengeneza mwenyewe?
Yes.
Like the components of the daily meal.
Yes.
Ah.
I'm growing barley, barley seeds, then grind them and mix. I'm also growing treat kill, which is a high protein wheat or soft wheat. And that one I'm growing it myself
Okay.
and mixing it there.
Okay.
I'm also growing oat. I'm growing both foliar food, oat and seeds. And then for the chemical, I'm using ESAC to help in digestion, and I'm also using Microsoap for helping to remove toxins from the silage.
Okay. Now, is there a risk in a farmer making their own mix as compared to buying from a company that is already making it?
The farmer should be able to make the right mix of the ingredients. If he slips, sometimes he can be able to get losses, because many companies that are making feeds, like and in Nakuru here, in Nakuru town, we have got so many companies making, but most of those concentrates, they are expensive, and some of them have got the problems of meeting the requirements. So this is what has been some of the farmers like Bwana Karori here
To decide to make for
their
themselves.
own feeds,
Yeah.
because they feel that they are getting value for money. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you're buying feed from outside sources, you aren't able to be truly self-sufficient, and you're constantly at the mercy of the prices in the market. That is why most farmers go into making their own livestock feed. It's much less expensive than purchasing commercial feeds, and you can control the quality and ingredients.
Bwana Karori, I can notice you have different breeds
Yeah.
of cows. Which ones in particular do you have here?
The red ones are ashes, the black ones are fleshes. Yes.
Okay.
I only have two types.
Two types.
Yes.
Okay. So, Daktari, can you take us through the most common breeds of cows in Kenya?
Yeah, most common breeds in Kenya is the Frisian. Many farmers like the Frisian so much because large body size, it produces a lot of milk together with the Ashers. For small scale farms, an Asher, a Guernsey or a Jersey would be the best.
And so, for the different breeds of cows in Kenya that we have so far, are there, from these breeds, some that thrive in areas, in some areas of certain ecological aspects and others that do not?
Yeah, Frisian and Asher do very well in high altitude area.
Okay.
Jora is a high altitude area, although not as high as Eldoret, and the Frisian will be able to do very well within this area. If an area is very hot, with a lot of solar radiation, a lot of sunshine, Frisian may not be able to do very well because of the effect of the heat.
Okay.
If you are in an area which is a bit hot, the best breed to go is either go for the crosses between Guernsey and the local breeds, or you can go for Jersey. The local breeds, normally we have got the Zebu, and you can cross them with a Frisian, or with a Guernsey, or with a Nasha, and then you upgrade the animals.
Okay.
You can start from the lowest level, which we call foundation, between the exotic imported semen, or local semen, and the local breed. The first generation you get is what we call foundation. Then the offspring that you get, if it's a heifer, you cross it again with the semen from Kabete or from imported semen. You got a second generation, we call it appendix, and then intermediate until you go to the fourth level, which we call pedigree. Yeah, and Bwana Karori, I think he has got some of the animals that have reached that level, pedigree, which is actually the highest level. That is just like a pure breed, and you can get good price for it in the market.
Okay.
But the records must be very clear.
Okay. So at this stage, we are where the cows are already being milked, okay? And I'm sure that through this whole process, from when they're 0 to this age, I'm sure there are points in between there that a farmer can still make money from the cow.
Once the heifer is served, that's the time it is ready for the market, and that's why you're making good money.
Okay.
But then for some of us who are starting this industry, we are not selling because we want to build the herd.
Okay.
Yes. But after the herd reaches somewhere, then we start now harvesting.
Okay.
Harvesting is selling heifers.
Yes.
And the cow heifers for that matter.
Yes. So, Daktari, tell us the points where now, well, other than for Mr. Karuri who wants to build his herd, what are the points where you can make money?
Many farmers are going for dairy, want just getting milk. But the truth of the matter is that there is a lot of money now in breeding of heifers. A heifer like this one, which is in front of us here, is a pedigree heifer. These heifers are in very, very, very short supply. If a farmer has got a heifer today, prices are ranging from about 150, 180, 200. Some farms are even selling even up to 300,000, and they are not available. So heifers, you can make good money, and that's why we want a Frisian cow or a Nasha cow that have got long shelf life, longevity, so that you can harvest as many heifers from the cow as possible.
Bwana Karuri, how did you know where to take your milk and where do you take it?
I'm selling to Brookside because they are just at my gate here. But most of the processors now, they are buying the milk at a very low price. So in the future, we are encouraging the farmers, we join together, then we so that we process the milk ourselves.
Now, nataka tuingie hesabu kidogo, which is a sector that of course you are not very new to. Now, what would you say is your cost of producing 1 liter of milk, if I might call it that, and how much would you sell that milk for?
Because I'm making most of the food here, currently my cost is exactly 19 shillings per liter.
19 shillings
per liter. Yes. But
note, that is mathematics done by the mathematician.
An average farmer in Joro, they are spending 23 shillings to make a liter. Me, I'm at least 4 shillings less because I'm doing a number of things on my own.
Yes.
So now, if it is 23 shillings, and then the milk processors are buying at 26.
3 shillings a liter.
So ideally you are selling your milk at 3 shillings per liter.
Yes.
So not unless something is going to be done either by the government or maybe the farmers also through the government help, they come together. Then most of the dairy industry, especially for the farm farmers, they are going to close. Yeah, not unless probably something is done. Because even me probably in the future, I'll either do something to my milk, I process it. If not that, I'll sell it low in a dairy bar. So that to make
Yes.
yeah, because that's the thing. Because now I also want to make money from my
Yes, it is a business venture.
yes from my own enterprise.
Yes.
Mm.
Hey, so probably also, Professor, you can tell us what then is the future in dairy production?
Under Vision 2030, dairy industry is supposed to be one of the key drivers. The market for milk within East Africa is opening. Commercial market, they are looking at Kenya to export the milk. So we would expect the processors to be giving a reasonable price to help the industry grow so that the farmers can be able to get good returns for their investment. Kwa wakati huu, bei ya maziwa si mzuri sana na imeteremuka ikakuja hiyo 26 shillings, which is causing a lot of concern given the cost that we are seeing here.
Most smallholder farmers view dairy as a subsistence farming and not as a business. This generates a poverty trap with low production due to low investment. On average, the smallholder farmer sells 3 to 5 liters per day. The required production to bring a family over the poverty line is 15 liters per day. Cost control remains an issue at the foundation of this industry. More to come after the break. The future of a dairy herd is dependent on the production of superior heifers to replace culled lactating animals. Vaccinations help in curtailing the emergence of disease and limit its spread from animal to animal. The goal of a vaccination program is to provide optimal protection against disease, which requires strategic planning.
Dairy industry in Kenya is, I think, the second in Africa, after South Africa. In Africa.
That is good to know.
So our neighbors are looking at dairy animal. Actually, they come here to buy. A dairy animal in Kenya is going to as high as 600,000. A dairy animal here. So the best way to go, a dairy animal in
Professor,
in
ng'ombe 600,000.
Yes. 600,000. I can quote some farmers, his neighbors, who sold recently in calf heifers to Rwanda, Kigali, to Malawi at 600,000 Kenya shillings, one heifer.
Enough.
If you had 10 of those, that is how much? 6
6
million?
million.
6 million, yes. I'm sure that would return all the investment costs you have made here.
Yeah, but still, Professor,
Yes.
the fact remains,
Yes.
as far as the cost of milk is low,
Yes.
Yes.
It will be difficult.
it will be difficult for me to maintain a heifer.
Yeah.
Because I need that milk for the heifer to what I buy
Up to
food.
3 months.
No, not up to 3 months to take the mother's milk.
Yes.
It is later after 3 months because I'm supposed to feed it properly.
Yes.
With the money which I'm going to get after selling the milk.
Yes.
The milk which they are taking it free. So as far as the milk is going free,
Yes.
that industry will not be there.
Yes.
2, the price of milk dictates the price of the heifer. If the milk price is high, the price of the heifer will also go high. Demand will go high and the price will go high. Because I will keep a heifer to sell the milk as I wait to sell the heifers. Because selling the heifers, it's a distance. What is close here is selling the
So
the
the
milk.
best way is value addition.
Yeah,
Make
so the milk must be bought at a higher price
Yes.
for us to manage.
Yes.
Those who are making the milk cheaper, like in 14 shillings, 15 shillings you are saying, those are the farmers who are keeping the cows in a free grazing land.
Yeah, grazing, open.
And those are the cows that will die during the dry weather. 2, some of them are producing very little milk, which cannot meet it. Although the cost is low,
Yeah.
they are selling 5 liters of milk. That cannot help.
Raw input throughout.
Yes, because the ultimate goal, the zero glazing will be the in thing, because that's why you can produce much milk. And the person who has got zero glazing, like me, I can afford to keep my daily bar because I have 100 liters to sell. Somebody who has got 5 liters, I can only buy it from him at a low price the way they are buying, so that I go pricing this one here. So the ultimate goal is that the milk must be bought at a higher price by the processors.
So far on Mr. Karuri's farm, we have seen the potentials of making money at different levels.
Yes.
We have, of course, one that has even more money is the selling of the heifers
Yes.
when they're in calf. And then, of course, there's the milk.
Yes.
And then at this point, also because of the production of waste by the cows,
Biogas.
he's
And
having
this
biogas.
dung is the best manure.
Yes. After now, and then even better when it goes to the biodigester and comes out as bioslurry. And then also because of the need for good feed for your cows and actually sustainable, so as you can feed them sustainably. And during the dry periods, you have the silage, which you also sell. Yes. Now, Professor, final word as far as health on cows is concerned.
Animals don't hide clinical signs. When they are sick, they are very honest. They are very honest because if an animal is sick, it will not eat. It will separate, isolate itself. So monitor your herd closely. Two, if you are keeping animals like this in your area, avoid disease transmission from animal to animal. How do you do this? Vaccination. By so doing, you are preventing introduction of disease
Into the farm.
and spread of disease from animal to animal. That is one. Things like parasites, helminths, or worms, make sure you have a deworming plan, whereby after maybe 3 months or 6 months, you give them a good dewormer.
Dr. Migwi, final word on production.
Feed contingency. Kama huna chakula, huna haja kuingilia ufugaji wa ng'ombe.
Na hataki hasara ya nini kufa tena.
Bwana Karuri tumeona ako na contingency kubwa, tumeona silage yake, tumeona chakula hapa ya masto ameweka, ni mkulima ambaye amejihami wa kichakula. Na kama nilivyosema hapo beredi, tusitegemee concentrate. They give you more milk, but do you make money? Bwana Karuri had run the trick. At least ametumia hizi majani forages should form at least 80 to 90% of your feed. Very important.
Yes.
Kitu kingine ya mwisho, maji. Water is very important. Kama uko na ng'ombe kama hizi na huna borehole, ni lazima uwe na contingent ya pale utatoa maji.
Yes.
These animals cannot give the milk they are giving kama huna maji ya kutosha.
Yes.
Na maji ni kitu ambaye people don't get it right. No water, no milk.
Bwana Karuri, now tell us, it has not been a very easy journey, but it has had its benefits. How has this venture changed your life?
Well, I can't complain much. Although now the price has gone down, especially this month. By the way, earlier they were buying better price. Earlier they were buying at 40 shillings per litre. They came to 36. They came to 34.
Hey.
They came to 30 last month. This month they have received 26. Probably with that trade, mathematically, it might be 20 shillings next month.
And the price in the supermarkets is not going down.
It's not changing.
Yeah.
It is the buying price that is changing. Okay, at the advantage of the farmer. But all in all, we can't say that we haven't gained here and here. Of course, we have gained the experience and knowledge. Of course, I'm also making a few coins by making silage for people, by showing them how it looks like with mine. And still, we are getting a few coins from the cows. Yeah, we can't say how much, but you see, money is like children. You don't see it correctly, but at least we are getting something. We are getting something from, we are getting something from the milk. But if this industry is made, is controlled, or somehow we have many processors so that the competition becomes up, then the farmers can benefit. and you can be able to preach the same to many other farmers.
Yes.
Otherwise, for me, I can't complain much. At least I'm there.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bwana Karuri, for welcoming us to your farm.
Yes.
And thank you, Dr. Bibu, for talking to us, and Professor Muleki.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks a lot.
very
Thanks a
much.
lot.
Right, there we have it. On Seeds of Gold, we always say information is key, knowledge is power. Today we've had a full experience in dairy farming and understood its benefits and more so the challenges that come with this enterprise. But remember, it is very important to maintain the hygienic conditions of your livestock for you to reap the full benefits of milk production. Keep it Seeds of Gold. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook at Seeds of Gold TV. Keep the conversation going on hashtag Seeds of Gold. This is Seeds of Gold.
Kenya Livestock Marketing Council is a membership-based organization working mainly in the 14 ASAL counties. That includes the whole of Northeastern, Upper Eastern Marsabit, Samburu, Turkana, Kajiado, Narok. Our main focus is basically creating market access for pastoralists, lobbying and advocating for the challenges that they face in livestock production and marketing, and also building their capacity. As an organization, actually, we encourage our people to come together and do marketing or even produce animals together. Because when they do that, actually, they will get more capacity and mobilize the resources. This slaughterhouse actually is an initiative of Kenya Livestock Marketing Council. We have been facing a lot of challenges generally as Kenyans because we don't export.
We are working with very many NGOs. We have Kenya Market Trust, which we are already working with. We have the Kenya Livestock Marketing Council, which is very strong and the spokespeople for the pastoral communities, and they are engaging them to give them the trainings. We have SNV, we have Masico, so many of them which are down there, and we engage them to ensure that they assist us in getting the people to understand what is required.
We do a lot of training. For example, we had producers and traders training in this slaughterhouse. Actually, they have a facility 2 weeks ago where we were having members from actually Kajiado, Samburu, Baringo, Isiolo, Tana River, and Garissa. All this is meant actually to ensure that we get the quality of livestock delivered to this slaughterhouse. We are trying our best to ensure that there's a fair distribution of profit, there's a fair competition. Producers are also informed of the quality of animals that are required by end consumers. Livestock business has been actually for quite some time taken as a very risky business. Banks don't actually like giving loans to livestock traders. So as an institution, actually, we have been lobbying and working with the banks to come up with the livestock product. After developing this livestock product, there are two major challenges that actually still our members cannot service or loans. One is the issue of collateral and also the issue of interest. Those are two major things, because most of our members are also Muslims. KCB Foundation has done for us is actually to come up with the interest-free loans, where they give loans to individual entrepreneurs, groups which are actually organized, and they pay back the loan. And I think this is very, very much encouraging. They have actually proven that livestock is not a risky business, and where actually banks are supposed to be investing a lot. And I think we are proud of KCB Foundation.
In terms of financial support, we have given 19 different groups in different counties, just interest-free loans, and they're able to do one at least buying stock for fattening and selling. We have funded agrovets in some areas, pasture production. Other areas is milk dispensing machines. I mean, different things depending on the actual need for this particular collective where they are, so that at least it's the business model, business niche, and we come and support. But we've seen tremendous increment in one, number of people joining societies. Number two, the amount of money that farmers are able to make through value addition by even up to 40%, just by doing something small. We're able to see the financial turnover increase, and also and above all, making sure that quite a number of new societies are also formed, and now some of these societies, after working there for some time, they're now able to access commercial facility and able to really accelerate their development in as far as their businesses are concerned.